Pastor Ed here with Daily Devotions for Tuesday, November the 14th, 2023. We're about a week or so, I guess over a week, into the time change. I don't know about you. It's always hard for me to wrap my head around it. I hate it. I hate losing that hour of sleep in the spring. It's nice getting that extra hour in the fall, but usually not able to take advantage of it. There's the pros and cons of daylight savings time. Well, it's actually not even daylight savings time. Technically, it's daylight saving time. And, I some people like it. Not many people like it. I don't know. I saw that the only person that I read recently that likes the daylight saving time is the guy who says it gives him an extra hour on the golf course to look for his lost golf balls. Indians had a great reaction to it. An old Native American said only the government would believe that you could cut a foot off the top of a blanket and sew it to the bottom and have a longer blanket. The history is interesting. You could look it up. There's reasons for and against, and there's health things. In the spring, that extra losing that hour of sleep, throws people off. In fact, to the extent that there's a 24% spike in heart attacks around that time. Although in the fall, it's the opposite. Heart attacks drop 21% because people get that extra hour. However, losing that, having it get dark so early in the fall and winter triggers a lot of mental disorders, seasonal affective disorder, SAD, also known as winter depression. There's also more car crashes and accidents when the time goes back in the fall because people are less alert as they're adjusting to their schedule. I was reminded of it yesterday when I went to pick up my car. It had to have a part replaced. It was under warranty, so it didn't cost me anything. It was there all day and had to pick up Jeanette from work and then go pick up the car. And by the time we left the Hyundai dealer on Route 9, it's only like 5 o'clock, 5:15. It was dark already. It was pitch black already. And I was reminded of, I don't know why it hit me, but it just felt like when I was in high school and playing football. And at the end of the season, we used to play through Thanksgiving. So this time of year, it would get dark early and we would practice, till the normal time. Or actually, the practices got a little shorter because it got darker and darker and darker, sooner and sooner and sooner. And that's what I was reminded of. And then it struck me. There's a verse where Jesus encounters the blind man in John 9. And at one point, Jesus says, "We must work the works of him who sent me while it is day, for night is coming when no one can work." And I was thinking about, the football season when we would start in September. It was a new season. It was fresh. We wanted to accomplish a lot of things, and it didn't get dark until, later on. So the whole time we were on the practice field, it was bright, sunny, as long as the sun was out. And then as the season went on and the season progressed and we got closer and closer to the end of the season, it started getting darker and darker, earlier and earlier. And I thought, wow, what a metaphor, for our lives, but also our Christian lives. And where Jesus is talking, do the work of him who sent you when it is day, because the night is coming when no one can work. And I experienced that sort of in personal terms. I'm 67. Both my parents lived into their 90s, so maybe I'm 2/3 of the way through my life, but it's starting to get darker earlier in my life. The same is true for us as Christians. We don't know. Advent is coming, and we don't know when we worship a Christ who promises to return. And with each passing day, with each passing year, we get closer and closer to that. It may still be a 1,000 years away, but we don't know that. It might be tomorrow. And so there's that challenge, that suggestion, more than a suggestion, I guess, to do what you're supposed to be doing while it's day, because it's not always going to be day. And so as Christians, what does that mean for us as in our Christian life, in the life of Hope Lutheran Church? we're in a season of year for the congregation where we're being challenged to maybe do a little bit more, increase our commitment, increase our financial support, um, to strengthen the position of the congregation, but mostly to be able to do the kinds of things that we're called to do. If you come to the congregational meeting this coming Sunday, you'll hear about all the generous things we're able to do as a congregation because we have the funds available to do that. And so that's an important part of our calling. How can we um, do what we're called to do while it's day, because it won't always be day. And the as in this time of year when it gets darker early and earlier, it's a kind of a good reminder to us to, that our time is limited personally on this earth, but our time is limited in general, and certainly in the life of the congregation. So we should be doing the things that we're called to do, being generous to others, serving others, sharing the word of Christ, giving hope and comfort to a world that sees a lot of darkness, because there's only so many hours that we have to do this. There's only so long we have to do this in our lives and in the life of the church. So do the work of him who sent you while it is still day, because night is coming when no one can work. Well, we'll be back tomorrow with daily devotions. We'll haven't decided exactly where I'm going to go with that this week. So tune in to hear what we're going to focus on for the next 4 days. Until then, take care. Have a great day. Bye.